Welcome to Soulful Spaces, Junk Journaling Techniques. Join me on this journey of creativity and faith as we are going to explore the art of junk journaling. So, we are going to be transforming ordinary materials into extraordinary works of art, all the while deepening our connection with God. In today's episode of Soulful Spaces, I thought that I would go back and make some fun things and hopefully inspire you. Everybody always talks about making hidden paper clips, and they're really fun. And I made a video about that. You can see the link in the description if you want to go watch that one. That was the hidden paper clips one. And I looked back in my journals and I realized, there's a couple other ways. So today I want to give you some inspiration, basically, is what we're going to do. So here's an example of a paper clip, not a hidden one because you can see the paper clip, but a paper clip that you can use from, I don't know what the name of it is. I don't know what the name of it is. I'm going to show you a couple more that I've made, but here it is in my journal. This is actually my, this is my junk journal July, and we're getting ready to do junk journal January. And I just pulled this out. So what I did here, and this is where I want you to be inspired. If you have pieces of old fabric, pull them out and have little pieces. Save the little pieces. Maybe you have a friend who's a quilter. That's where I got a huge bag of little remnants of her fabrics that she's used in all of her quilts. And so that has come in really handy. So basically all I did on this one was, this is just a little piece of fabric that I've attached. I wrapped around, right? Just put a fold and wrapped it around the paper clip. Put some rickrack, put a paper flower, and then a really fun button on it and glued it all together. And it's just a pretty little accent. It's a piece of ephemera that we talk about all the time, right? And so that one goes there. So this video is more about pull out all your junk and let's make some fun things. So that's the first example that I was going to show you. And then I also did this one, and this was in my 10 Truths and Promises Bible study. There's a whole set of videos on this Bible study, and on one of the pages I again did some fabric that I had left over. So let's take it off of here. Okay, now this can go anywhere on your page. So what I did here was I wrapped the fabric right around the large paper clip. And then I didn't like the way that looked, so I added a piece of ribbon. But more importantly, the reason I added the ribbon is, see this beautiful beading? This comes on a strip that it's sewn to. It's not real strong. And so that's why I added that piece of ribbon on there. But I just think it's just so beautiful to add beads and buttons and all those fun kinds of things, right? So there's two examples in my journals that I've made over the past year of some of the paperclip things that we are going to make right now. So let's open my Soulful Spaces junk journal. There's a video on how I made this. And what's fun about this is fabric covering a Amazon mail bag that you get. And there's no sew because I used elastic threads to put in my three signatures. And so we've done a couple fun things in there, and today I want to show you some more what we can do with these paper clip things. So let's set that aside, and let's do the ones that I just showed you, which was the top hanging, right? And so basically you just need some of the large paper clips. Let me get one. There might be bigger ones. This is the size that I have. And what size are they? They are like a 2-inch paper clip. I'm sure I got these at Dollar Tree. And what you're going to do is you're going to take, in this case, let me walk you through what I did for these. I just went through all my old little scraps of scrapbook paper. These papers are not really from any of my digital kits. Now, some of the ephemera is from my digital kits, but the paper is not. So when you have old scrapbook paper and you have, a little piece left, put them in a bag or in a box or something like that, that you can then just go get some out and sit there and play with. This is one of those mass make things to me. This is where you say, I'm going to just play and make stuff for like an hour. And that's what you're going to do. So in this particular one, I loved this piece of paper. This is way old paper. But I had a piece of this lace with embroidery on it. And where did I get that? That was, I bought that. It was a dress. And it was like a sheath dress, and it had this all over the top of it, and I cut it apart because it was only $3, and I probably got like 5 yards of stuff. So I just laid that on there, and then I glued on, a silk, well, they're not silk, polyester flower and just some flowers, and that just looks so pretty. And look how nice that would look on this particular page, right? You can just put it on like that. So there's one example. You can do that one. And then this one was fun too. This is a stamp from my ephemera kits, and so is this piece. And on this one, again, just took a piece of paper, wrapped it around the paper clip, added some fun fringy stuff, and I added some brads and just some other pieces of fabric. And again, it's just sitting there playing around, making fun stuff is, to me, what this is all about. Let's see where, oh, that would look good on that page. So you see how these all can fit in there. Now, I'm just adding them to the page, but you could actually add them to, if you had a belly band, you could slide on the belly band. We haven't put a belly band in here yet, but I just wanted to show you that. And then I made this one, which was another piece of fun paper that I liked. This love is this is a piece of ephemera from my ephemera kits. And obviously glued it together, wrapped it around there, and then I just added some brads because it needed something. So this is a pretty simple one. So let's quickly make one. I'm going to show you how to do this. It's really simple. Let's move that out of the way. Basically, you want to take a piece of paper. Now, the width of your paper should be the width of the paper clip. Okay, now on this one, if you notice, this paper is actually wider than that. And so what I had to do was I had to trim the top off to get the paper to wrap around there, okay? So when you're starting, just basically make a fold on the top of the paper, and then you're gonna slide it onto the paper clip. We're gonna go ahead and glue that. I'm gonna glue that down. I bought a new mat. I hope this one works. This is a silicone mat. I didn't, you know what? I bought that Fiskars one with all the numbers and stuff. I don't like looking at that in the camera, to be honest. It's distracting to me. So I just got this today. So we'll see if I like it. Okay, what I thought on this one would be fun. These are some parts that I just pulled out and thought we could play around with. Again, this is a piece of ephemera from one of my kits, and so I wanted to put that. I gotta wait a second till this is fairly thick cardstock, so I want the glue to get down on there. And then I was gonna put Rejoice in the Lord on there. And I got a couple other little ideas that I thought would be fun. Put that there. I was thinking about putting this little piece of lace on the bottom. I like that. So let's use the glitter glue because it'll be a better hold for fabric. And you can wrap it around, or you can just trim it to the edge. It's up to you, whatever. I think, yeah, of course, because I'm doing it on camera. I should have probably glued that down, but I wanted to show you just how I think these things through. Okay, let's put some double glue on there. This does not want to stay on there. And if all else fails, I'll just staple it on because I'm going to cover it up with some other fabric anyway, with some other ribbon. Okay, let's see if I hold it tight. So pull out all your old laces, all your little fibers, all your little pieces of paper. If you have a button box, get your button box out, because you saw that one that I did had a big button on it. And I've had that button for forever, and I was so happy that I actually figured out a way to use that pink button in, you know, a piece of my journaling. There we go. And you know what? I'm going to staple it because I want to move forward and show you that's going to be done. So we're going to use the mini, Tim Holtz mini stapler. There we go. Because I want to put this heart on it. Now, let's see. Do I like that heart? It's kind of shiny. Well, there's a juxtaposition then of the shiny and then the grungy, but yeah, that works. Let's go ahead and do that. This is a piece of ribbon that I got at Dollar Tree. When did Diane get this? Back in February, when all the Valentine's stuff comes out. So as I mentioned in my other video, if you've watched it, about 50 things to get at Dollar Tree, one of the things that I always tell you is for any of the seasonal items, you need to go in there, actually in the next couple of weeks, because they'll have everything out for Valentine's Day, and get that stuff then. So get all your heart stuff now, in the next couple of weeks. And then I just have these fibers, and I thought, you know what, I just want to kind of let's tie those onto this, and that will just add some little something. Again, you're just playing with these little pieces of fun things, right? And so you get to be really creative, to be honest, because there's no right, there's no wrong, there's no having to match anything. You just kind of play around with the color scheme or a design and just have fun with it. So there's the one that I thought, oh no, I really like that. Isn't that pretty? That looks really nice. Okay, so that's the one paper clip style where you see the paper clip, okay? Now, on the other side over here, I wanted to go over the hidden paper clips, and something cool that I think I figured out, maybe you hadn't thought of, because I hadn't thought of it before today, and we're gonna make one of those too. So I have a whole video on making hidden paper clips, and it was during the Psalm 145 that we just did in November. There's a special video there, and there was a freebie, and you can still click on it and get the freebie. I gave you some of, okay, this was 21 Reasons to Praise Him. We did this in November. We spent 21 days going through Psalm 145, and that was every day there was a video if you want to go back and watch it. And as I mentioned, one of the days I decided to make some hidden paper clips, and I gave you a whole sheet. It was a freebie. And so if you watch that video, the link is still there. And I'm going to show you how to do that. And then I added that fun thing. And so see, here's where you can use a hidden paper clip on a pocket. Doesn't have to be on the top of a page type of a thing. So I gave you, there was like 4 on that page. Let's see, did I put the other 4 in here? Now I'm trying to remember. I know I made some more, but I may not have put them in here. There's the other one. Yeah, I knew there was another one. Here's another one, and I just added some of that fun fibers on the top. This one said faith. And so that whole video shows you how to make a hidden paper clip. And so I stuck it on that one, okay? So what I was thinking about was, if you didn't have that sheet that I was telling you about that I made for hidden paper clips, could I use the ephemera from my kits? And I realized, oh, actually I could. So look at this great one that I made. So this is a tag from my ephemera kit. And basically what I did was I glued it onto sturdy cardstock. And then what you do with a hidden paper clip is you take a piece of, you want some good cardstock. I made it in black this time so I could show you what I'm talking about, because this one is white. And basically I did that part, glued that on the back, and then I covered it with another piece and then used another piece for my kit. So my thinking on this was, how cool is this? So if you use this, I'm going to turn the paper this way just so you can see it easier, and you slide it on. Now it's sticking up, which I like, okay, and I added the fiber, so I made it look just like a tag. But when you flip it over, look, now you have this really something pretty on the other page. That was kind of my thinking, as to how do you take something that looks like a tag and then make it a hidden paper clip. So that's how that one goes in there. And then the other one is, this is another one of my pieces of ephemera from my kit, And I did the same thing on the back of that. And so I made the back of it, and then I realized, well, that's, if you just make it white, I don't want to see that on a page. So I ended up going ahead and decorating it again with more pieces of ephemera from my kit. So see how fun these are? So these go on pages like that too. And then what you're doing is, see, now you have something on the other page. It's not just on this page. Now, in this kit, if I had a big fold out, that would be fun to put it through there too. Now you could do, you could write some notes on there. You could write a verse out. So those are hidden paper clips. Now let me show you exactly how I made one. So these are 2 pieces from my ephemera kit. And again, I have put them on cardstock. You need them to be pretty sturdy, okay? So I've gone ahead and done that, cut them out, and then I've edged them. I've taken a piece of black, and again, you could use white, doesn't matter what color you use. I just wanted to just be able to show you how it looks. And what you're gonna do is we're gonna put this on the back of this piece, because this then is going to be glued onto here, right? And then that's how you get to see the back part of it. Does that make sense? You just take a piece of cardstock, fold it in half, put your paper clip on it, and then we are going to glue that to our front, or the piece that shows is what I'm trying to say, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. So you're gonna put glue all around this, because you want this to be stuck on there really well, okay? So we're gonna glue this part on here. Okie dokie, and see how it's hidden underneath? It's not, you don't want it bigger, you want it smaller than the piece that's going to show. So we're gonna just wait a second. And then see, here's where the flip is. And that's why you need to use cardstock, okay? Because it has to be able to stay together. Flimsy paper is just gonna bend. And then we are going to glue this whole piece, right? We're gonna glue this whole piece on the back of this tag, which I covered in paper. You don't have to, I just decided to do that. Okay, so we're gonna glue that. And okay, come on, glue. Now it's apart a little bit, which you want it to be, because that's where you're gonna slide it on, right? And I also put brads on there before I covered the back of it, because that way then they're protected so they can go through. So see how cute that is? And here we go again. Here is another one. Where would we stick this? So today was just really about having you sit and make some mass make paper clips, whether you make hidden paper clips, like I just showed you, or you make the hang on where you can see it. But there's another way to stick it right in there, see? And then when you flip the page, you see something pretty. So if you have ephemera from me or any other person that you buy ephemera from, whatever, you can use ephemera pieces to make these really fun hidden paper clips or exposed paper. I don't know what else to call these. Exposed paper clips. But just sit and make some and have a lot of fun. And then you can obviously add faith words. If you have my ephemera, a lot of it has faith words already on it. That's just butterflies, right? Doesn't really say anything. I didn't add any faith words, but it's going into a faith journal. And so there's more faith going to be shown in here. So that's it for today. That's more about paper clips. I hope you enjoy this episode, and I will be working on some other really fun ephemera for our soulful spaces.